Arunachala, 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 Shiva, 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 Shiva.
Namaste, beloved. The hangout is full at the moment, so we need to just make one space so Ananta can join whenever he wants to. And then if you'd like to join again, we'll make space for you. Thank you.
Swarupo Chidoham Chidoham Satchidanandoham Chidoham Chidoham Satchidanandoham Shivoham Shivoham Shiva Swarupoham Shivoham Shivoham Shiva Swarupoham Shiva Swarupoham Shiva Swarupoham Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Bhagavan Jaya Bhagavan
Protect us as one, nourish us, Lord, as one. Let us flourish in thy strength as one, oh Lord, as one. Let our knowledge, oh Lord, be changed to light and fill our hearts with love. Oh, let our knowledge, oh Lord, be changed to light and fill our hearts with love. Oh, Shanti, 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 Shanti. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Oh Lord, protect us as one. Nourish us, Lord, as one. Let us flourish in thy strength as one. Oh Lord, as one. Let our knowledge, oh Lord, be changed to light and fill our hearts with love. Oh, let our knowledge, oh Lord, be changed to light and fill our hearts with love. Oh, Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karabhavahe Tejasvi Navadita Mastu Vidvishabhahe. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
My dear. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Satguru Shri Moji Ji ki Jai. Jai. Very warm welcome to all of you on the Hangout as well. And you know the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic. And if you're on YouTube, you can type your questions in the chat window. You might not get the chance to look at everything today. There are some questions already. Where are you now? Here. What is here? Is it here, this space here? This is another way of asking who am I? Sometimes because this eternal question has been asked so often, the mind has built some ready-made answers. Oh, I know who I am. I am this pure awareness itself, or something. So let me instead ask you, where are you now? Are you inside the body somewhere? Because many of us still carry this that I am in this body, in this body. And that's why when something is happening to the body, we are so affected. Oh, the body has been like this, and the body has been like. Are you inside the head? Inside here somewhere? Where will I find you? If I was a doctor or surgeon looking for you, would I find you inside the body? Where are you situated at this moment? Where are you in your deep sleep? Where there is no body. Only in waking state the appearance comes. This appearance of the world, including this body, arises only in the waking state or the dream state. In the deep sleep, there is no concept of body. But you are experiencing sleep. You say, I slept well or I didn't sleep well. That means you are still there. You are present. But are you spatially present? Are you present in time? So, in deep sleep state, can you identify your location? And if in deep sleep state we cannot identify our location, then how can we identify our location now in the waking state? Even before we actually come to the waking state, let's look at dream state. Where are you in your dream state? In the dream state also there is a body. It seems like this body is me. It seems like it is interacting with the world. It can experience pleasure. It can experience pain. It has senses which function. But where are you? When the dream state is appearing, where are you? And where is the dream? Don't quickly label it and say it's all in the mind. It's easy to do that. And it might be true also. But the fact is that, let's look at it. If we say that this dream state just appears, that means there is an unlimited potential to project like this. Because there are no limits to a dream state. You don't run out of space in a dream state, just like this universe. You can walk, and still more and more is there. You don't come to the end of the dream, unless it's a nightmare. Many have these nightmare scenarios where they have to jump off somewhere. Scary dream. But typically, it is found that dream also has unlimited space. And time also moves. So in one night, you could have lived an entire lifetime. Will it happen like this? That in one dream, you saw that you were born and then you grew up. And the dreams, when the dream is going on, you're not feeling that, oh, time, I'm having some time lapses and I'm jumping. It's only after we wake up, we feel like only these moments happen. The rest of life didn't. But the dream character is not going, how did I come here? Right now, just a minute ago I was 5 years old, and now suddenly I'm 20 years old. It doesn't happen like that. It seems to be the regular flowing of time, the regular flowing of space, even in the dream state. But where are you throughout the dream? So where were you in the sleep state, and where were you in the dream state? Can you give any location to yourself? And if we cannot, then how is this waking state any different from that dream state? That's why when we say that, you are not an object, you are not an entity in this dream. We are not talking about something which seemed like, oh, it's all hollow inside the body, therefore I am nothing. It's not this, it's not about this. It's that we don't exist on this realm at all. But we have the power to witness this realm. The witnessing, the awareness is there, but we, as a separate entity, as an entity at all, do not exist here at all. It is just a play of appearances. Also, so in the dream state, the dream character is moving his body and it's feeling that I am doing this, or I did this, then I did this, and I became very successful, or I became something else. All this, the dream character presumes that it did. But who was the doer of all of this? Same consciousness which is present. Projected the entire dream, including the movements of all that was seen. The same thing happens here, where we want to take credit for what actions or what doing seems to be happening through this body. And then we say, who is the doer? And the mind says, oh, but that's too abstract. I can't look at it. It's vital to see like this. It's vital. Because we go around, because of doership, it sounds like such a simple concept. But because of this sense of doership, so much trouble, guilt, anger at another, pride, fear, regret, all this comes because of the idea that I am the doer of something or another is the doer of something. And yet, if you were to really slow down and examine how are these actions happening, you will find they're just appearing, just like thoughts. They're just appearing and they're disappearing. But the ego comes post facto, the mind comes after the fact, after the event, and says, you did this right or you did not do this right. Why did you do this? It wants to take credit for everything or it wants to take blame for everything. So then if you are not an object here, then what must you be? What do you truly identify yourself to be? Are you still identifying yourself even as a spiritual seeker? When we find even this seeker, the one who wants freedom, where is this one? Does it have any reality? We can find no tangible evidence of us being a person. There is no real tangible evidence. The only evidence seems to be what the thoughts are saying. And if you were to not believe these, then the concept of personhood, the concept of ego cannot survive. So it was all made up. All this personal story is completely made up. Okay, we had some questions. Let's look at those. Namaste, welcome everyone once again. And I know that sometimes the audio is not too good when we have the in-person satsangs, but I hope it's at least audible. Very good. Lucia is here. Welcome to the Hangout, my dear. So good to see you. Loni is also in the Hangout today. Welcome. Yes, Shanti had a question. She said, Dearest Father, there is a lot of squirming going on here in the sense that something is afraid to get caught. Even though there is immeasurable love in this Sangha, it feels unsafe. Then you said, just writing that made this body shake and great anxiety coming. Can't talk because lots of people are trying to sleep here right now. No worries, my dear. Don't try to protect this one because everything that can be burnt is not you. If something can be hurt, then it cannot be you. And even this squirming, this sense of discomfort or fear is witnessed by you. And you are the awareness of it, but you are not the content of it. The content of it could come from you, but you cannot truly be just the content of even this appearance, any appearance. So you just be completely open, don't try to resist even these sensations. Let them play the way they want to, and let them exhaust themselves in the fire of satsang. Sometimes some of this residual tendencies, residual energy needs to come up to get released, and it's very good that it happens in satsang. Just don't say that this is mine. If you say it's happening to me or this energy is mine, then the trouble starts. But it just come and go. It's like you could be standing on the side of the road and all this traffic is passing. If you were to get attached to one of these cars that was passing, then that would lead to suffering. Let all thoughts come and go, let all emotions come and go. You see that you are completely untouched and unmoved through all of this play.
Father, can I say something?
Yes, of course, my dear. Please come.
I just want to say that. I feel as though recently that I was being like, as if I was being attacked, you know, like not I being attacked, but like more like as if I was being accused myself and also satsang and movie and everything, you know, and something was coming to try to defend it, and it's a bit difficult for me to talk with the um, but anyway, so I just wanted to expose that, and Shivani also like shone some light on it, and she just said, you know, maybe it's that you're trying to defend yourself. When I read it, and I kind of felt like annoyed reading it for like just like the first few seconds, but I could see that it's true. And most often, like if I say anything, I wouldn't really have a sense that I need to defend myself. I know the truth really can, but yeah. So just there was a tendency to try to defend myself, and I just want to, I can see it myself. Once I feel it, it's to just let that feeling come and go again. But I just want to bring it here as well, because I like to bring as much light as possible. Thank you.
The simplest way to look at this is to see that even this play of attack and defense is just an appearance, isn't it? The simplest way to look at it is like this. And then, if you want to look at it more in this realm, then also we can look at it and see that, okay, so if you wanted to defend me, what would be the best way to defend me? So somebody said that this Ananta that you go to is rubbish. All rubbish, only rubbish he speaks. So what would be the best way to defend me then? I can't hear you now.
Sorry. Really, I feel like the best defense is like there's no defense and there's no need to say anything at all.
Yes. And the ego hates that. You see? The seeming other ego hates that. It's like, oh, you don't know, you're stuck with this wrong teacher and he's got hubris or something and something. And all this can play like this. But then if you don't react and just say, okay, I'm open to whatever you have to say, then what moves does it have left? Just like Mutiji also takes this example of this dog, especially in India, you've seen this, isn't it? That the dog chases the bike. The dog chases the bike or the car, but the minute the car stops or the bike stops, it doesn't know what to do anymore. If you're just completely open, let them say whatever they have to say, but you're not believing their thoughts also, isn't it? You're not believing your thoughts about what they're saying. You're not directly believing their thoughts also. And then what moves do they have? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I suppose it's like you know, the rest, because like when all these like words are coming about everything like satsang and this and that and whatever, there was like feelings like just like angry kind of feeling, annoyed and frustrated. And so I'm really grateful to see that, and then of course it's in the past for me.
There's immense strength in openness. There's true strength is in complete defenselessness. There's nothing then to attack. If you're not defending anything and complete openness is there, then what can be attacked? And the truth does not need to convince or impress anyone else. You know that here there is no energy to try and convince someone or impress someone, because there is immense trust that all that is moving is through the grace of God. All that is moving, even the seeming attacks, are just grace. It's a grace attack. But it's natural. So if somebody were to come and say something about Mujiji, there might be a reaction even coming from here. That's why first I said that, see that all of this is part of the play of appearances. But don't try to change anyone's mind. Because actually in the conflict, the mind gets more nutrition. If you were to say, yes, yes, I'm completely open to listening to what you're saying, it's my choice whether to believe it or not. That belief you cannot force. That much is enough. And sometimes reaction can come, and even that is okay. Because none of this is actually happening to you, you see. It's just happening in the appearance. It's good like this?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Very good. I, for one, am not very attached to this concept of freedom also. It leads to a lot of trouble like this. I am free, you are not free, this one is free, this one is level 10 master, this one is level 1 master, this one can levitate and hence you can do this. It's all rubbish. Because one who is free knows that we are speaking of the freedom of awareness, of the freedom of being even. No person can ever be free or bound because the person is only an idea. These are all tactics for the mind to stay attached to the person idea. So not only do we like to believe that I must be a person, then we are also then dividing the appearance into various people. This person like this person good, this person bad, this person honest, this person liar, whatever. This one, level 10 guru. This one, level 1 guru. This one complete fake, just speaking rubbish. All this. What is there to get attached to this concept of freedom also? Who is free? Can a person ever be free? The person itself is the sense of bondage. The person itself is the sense of separation. Which person has become free? So if there is some person being exhibited here, and in this conditioned life there is always a trace of the person, then it seems like, oh, this one is still bound, he is not free. But have I ever, actually I've never said I'm free. I've never used this proclamation. I don't feel that there is this need for proclamation of any sort. I've never proclaimed self-realization, freedom, moksha, nirvana. I've never said. Have I ever said? You've been coming right from the beginning. Freedom is available for everyone in this moment. This is the freedom which I speak of. And I see nothing special going on here versus anywhere else. We cannot show our bondage, and yet we want freedom. Right now, can we ever be bound? What can bind you in this instant, in this moment? Very strong echo. I see. Is it okay now? Or it's still bad? When two unmuted mics are on, I see. Do you want me to try to reconnect into the Hangout? Okay, we'll see how it goes. So what striving remains now? Yeah. Oh yes, I see this is true. I want the complete freedom. See, complete package. The small thing I don't want. I want complete package. And someone David asked yesterday, isn't it? How do I fully surrender? The same thing. Just don't believe your next thought. If you don't believe your next thought, you are completely free. And I don't want to know what your thoughts are saying about this. To see for yourself. As I say, don't believe your next thought. The next thought will be, but that's too difficult for me. And you believe very quickly. Who feel that there is still somewhere to go, something to get. Everyone is sorted at. one tendency I've noticed is that we like to interpret even what is being said in satsang. But actually, no interpretation is required for this. There is no commentary required on this. Very simple language. So what happens is instead of then listening to what is being said, we are relying on our interpretation even of what is being said in satsang. And sometimes I get these questions, you see, that yesterday in satsang you said this, this, this. And I'm pretty sure I've never used those words. Why does that happen like that? Because it is something is being said, and then the interpreter comes and says something, and then we remember that, and we feel like that is what was said. But here it's very simple, direct. You don't need to believe any interpretation about it. You don't even need this confirmation. How do we listen sometimes? We come to an environment, could be anywhere. We come and say, actually, so we could be in a meeting, so a person could be talking. So we have this judge which is sitting inside the head. It seems like, you see? And yes, this is right, this is wrong, this is wrong. So we only take what we already know. And then we wonder why the spiritual journey seems so long. Because if we're just going to accept what we already know, then what is the new pointing? If we're still doing this yes, no, yes, no. Who is this one? Who is judging? It is the mind. And this mind wants to retain its dominance, you see, it doesn't want to give it up. Or maybe my volume is too loud, is that okay?
Can I speak of something?
I'll have to increase my volume.
This is quite new for me. Sorry, the world coming in. I'm seeing that the trying to describe that the person or the thought is appearing like the screen is appearing, or like a color or on a palette. So when it arises, even if I see myself going out to it, I'm just seeing myself going out to it. And it's just seems to be just appearing. And even if the emotion comes up attached to it, that's appearing, like my hands appearing, or anything, like you're appearing. I don't want to equate you with my person, but it's the same kind of color. It's like just another color.
So we'll have to play this mute-unmute game, otherwise the echo will be loud. Yes, you're completely right. That all this is appearing, including the body of the master, including everything. The true master is where? In your own heart, your own being. The presence of being itself is the Satguru. But just in this play, it seemed like it's helpful to have, because we're so used to relating to form initially, that it seems like it is required to appear first in form. I won't say required, but mostly seen. That first the master seems to appear in this form, and then it is seen that the Master has always been truly within. My own being, my own presence. This is the voice, which is the same voice which speaks from the outward. So no meaning is actually required even to be given to this appearance of the Guru outside. And then earlier you said that thoughts are appearing, and they are appearing just like thoughts, emotions, all these energies are appearing just like any other physical object. Yes, the same perceiving happens when we are perceiving external or internal objects. And there is a witnessing of this entire process of perceiving also. So is there any trouble in all this?
No,
No.
it's I don't know what I don't have nothing else to say about it. That's just where I am at the moment. Yeah. Playing microphone ping pong.
I will try to disconnect and reconnect. Maybe this is with my connection. Let me see. Hopefully there'll be a place for me when I come back. Okay, so leaving. Okay, so let's try now. One of you can unmute your mic.
It's okay for me now. I lost everything for a while.
Let's
Okay,
see.
so this.
Speak. Is it echoing?
No, it seems fine now. Okay,
Can I just say something more?
my dear.
Like, even now, because the feeling in my body of feeling a bit, the energy, a tangible feeling of feeling a bit nervous to speak it's still the same. It's just like another color.
Yes,
I don't know how else to describe it.
yes, exactly. Exactly like this. Just another appearance. All these energies, these external energies, these internal energies, you rightly describe them as different colors. Because they're just qualitatively different, you see, but eventually it is all born from this energy of consciousness. So all different colors in the same palette. I like this example. Maybe I'll steal it from you and use it. Oh, the echo started again, is it? Nice.
Sorry, I said you're welcome. You can take the color palette.
Also, Bhakti is making this book, Metaphors. We can add to this book of metaphors also we have.
When the attention is relaxed, I'm trying to answer the fact that attention can be relaxed. You're easy to focus on the I am and the rest is but then task comes up. It requires the attention and a lot of concentration. That is done and then again attention can be free. Something inside wants to be in the same space of just being aware and even the most hardest tasks to be performed by not letting the being be disturbed or the consciousness of being be conscious of it. Is it possible?
How does being get disturbed?
No, I mean, we be conscious of the being all the time, or resting in being. Like suppose, for example, I'm very, very bored.
Yeah. So do it from being.
So there's a lot of concentration is required when doing something was done. I go, yeah, totally relax and everything is moving.
So first I want to say that irrespective of whether you completely picked up the person idea, which means only pretended to be this person, even in the midst of great work, lots of external work. Even if you do that, nothing real has changed. So as awareness, you are still unmoved. First, we need to remember that. Second is, maybe it seems like there's still a sense of doership when I'm doing work. It seems like I get involved as a person to do something. So one day you decide that today I will not do anything. I will not do, and I will not do it. I'll be completely neutral. And then let's see what happens with the body. If actions happen, movements happen, work happens or not. Experiment like this because I don't want to tell you. We'll do this as an experiment. Be neutral. Don't do or not do. Just watch. And see that. See what happens. I don't want to tell you. So we are speaking about, it's important, this neutrality point is important. Because when I say don't do anything, then it immediately then tries to do the not doing. It's not confusing. It may sound a little confusing, but the minute I say don't do anything, then we try to do the not doing. I will do now nothing. So even that doing is not required. Then you just observe. Doership has been a sticky point for many. You know, when I have had many late night chats in those days where I used to be more chatting on Facebook. Mostly we discuss doership. The good thing I went to Ramesh for a while. So today it might not be possible to look at all the online questions. I see that there are a few, but we can save them up for the Monday satsang. That'd be okay. But if there's something really strong and burning, you can type it. You can type it again and I will look at it.
Father, can I say something?
Yes, let me just mute myself, my dear.
Namaste. um, I'm then going silent as well. I just wanted to. A lot of anger has been arising, and that's fine. It's just an energy flowing through. Today, this erupted with my mom, who's also in satsang, and is very involved in satsang. And the response came was, how can you respond like this? You are the most evolved in the family. You get it. And there was such a strong reaction to this. I said, I know nothing. I don't know anything. And almost like, please don't project anything onto me, because it often finds that that's the role that happens in this family, that somehow you need to behave a certain way and behave as a free person. And that seems to have come up yesterday in Satsang and today. And I just wanted to bring it to you that if there is any unconscious adopting of this role, of somehow trying to be a free person, which is just insanity. Yeah, it's just it, I just wanted to bring it to you.
Yes, this is very good to see like this. So don't pick up the free person idea. Only lead to trouble. Please don't pick it up. I am now a free person. You will not be able to carry the burden of this free person. Just live fresh moment to moment, simple like this. This itself is freedom. But don't put a label like that. Then don't pick up the label of being not free also. Don't pick up the label of bound person. Don't pick up the person at all. And don't try to convince anyone that you're free or you're not free either way. Because either way is the trick. You're talking about the imagined one. Don't defend yourself either. Don't defend your freedom or your bondage. Because again, we are talking about an imagined entity, never existed, the impossible one. Then no defense possible, no attack possible. But it could happen that in relationships, sometimes these arguments come. These things happen. And that is seen as part of the appearance itself. What is really getting touched. So at both levels, we can see that all this is super simple. Don't get attached to any idea about yourself. Freedom, bondage included. The free ones, if there are these sages, free ones, then they are not going around remembering, oh, I'm a free person, I must behave like this, I must do like this. It's not like that. Just a natural flow which is appearing. There's too much specialness around this concept of the free person, the liberated sage and the enlightened one. So suppose your story does not end with this certificate. Suppose the story does not end with this certificate of now free, liberated. Are you okay with that? You see, oh, it's a big disappointment. It will seem like too much of a struggle. There's no story after this. No story. There's nothing. You were nothing, you stay nothing. Then this feverishness for completion, this feverishness for this the final thing will also go. This is already the final thing. So Mujiji sometimes says, he says, we come into the 10-day retreat hoping that something will happen to us at the 10th day. And then we say at the end of the 10th day, usually we say, oh, sometimes my attention was wavering and I got distracted. Next retreat, we become it. It's constant postponing. Why not now? All that is required is for the drop in the ocean to check what it is. Then it will not find any boundary between itself and the ocean. So this conversation is actually this, that the drop has convinced itself that it is separate from the ocean and it is deciding where it is going and it wants to be free. It wants to be the ocean. What can one say? You already are, just check. No, but my mind is saying. You cannot convince the mind. All that is required is just to check. How am I really separate? That's why I told someone the other day, Satsanga is here, so I gave her this homework. I said that I say that you are this pure awareness itself, this pure witnessing which is aware of all appearances. You must prove me wrong. Let's do it the other way. Who can prove me wrong? This is my hypothesis, and I'm completely open to be proven wrong. Do it completely scientifically. I'm saying you are this pure witnessing, this awareness itself. And I also tell you that the only thing which will give you trouble are these energies called thoughts, which will try to convince you of your separation. And then what happens? Mostly you will say, yes, I can't prove you wrong, but something. So when you check, you will be able to either prove me right or prove me wrong. There is no scope for some middle escape. You must be this awareness, or you must be an object in the appearance. Tell me what you are. Is there a third option? You can include that option. And I've heard all the tricks of the mind. Oh, I know this intellectually. Very common one. I know this now. I understand this intellectually. Not intellectually. What do you see right now? What do you see? I'm not interested if you know intellectually or not. But what do you find yourself to be? And we can look at it very slowly again. So there is this world of outward appearances that seems to be perceived through the senses. But perceiving continues even when the senses are closed. So we close the eyes, we can still perceive that there are thoughts, there is imagination, emotions are perceived. Now the perceiving is the same, whether it is perceiving this external world or this internal world. And who is aware that even this perceiving is going on? There is an awareness that cannot be denied. So suppose we say that there is this awareness, and then all that can be perceived, we label it and say this is the appearance. Call it Maya, call it whatever you want. All that can be perceived phenomenally is the appearance. So where am I in this whole thing? Am I here at the awareness? Am I part of the some appearance? Simple like this. And if there's any mind which is saying it's difficult and you're buying it, please expose it so then we can look together. And
Father,
don't
can I say something? Hello?
Yes,
Hello? There's something here. Some fear and scariness or something like that. Because when it's so hard to explain, but it's something like I am aware, and everything is leaving. I'm not. The body is leaving. Sangha is leaving. The whole world is somehow leaving. It's away, and I'm alone. I'm totally alone somehow, and this is a very scary thing somehow. And I don't, but it has to be imagined too or not. I'm not sure what this is. If it is an appearance too, or it's just very scary. But awareness is not scary, so it must be something like appearance or not. It's just very. It seems to be in lonely nothingness where only I'm still there, and then it gets totally scary. So I don't know what. Maybe you can say something.
let's look at fear also. I feel a lot of this fear gets very, seems like it becomes like some dust in our eyes, this fear. So let's look at this fear also. So the question was, is this fear also an appearance? Yes, it is an appearance, isn't it? Because it is appearing and it goes, comes and it goes. All that can come and go is appearance. The awareness is not touched by this fear also. So the mind is painting these pictures that the world is going, the Sangha is going, everything is going. But actually it is going. Nothing is staying still. Everything is constantly moving. All appearances are constantly changing. But the mind has this habit of interpreting it and making it something scary. And then some emotion comes and it says that this is strong, this is very, something is happening to you. But this you, that something seems to be happening to, does not exist. Because nothing is happening to awareness. So even if the greatest fear was to come, who is the one who this fear belongs to? Nobody. It is just a play of energy. And the mind tries to use the appearance or the releasing of these energies to try and convince you that something is happening to you. But nobody has been able to find this you. We cannot find this me to which it is happening. If you were to really look and see that this me is not there, so there is no one getting fearful, just the appearance of these emotions which seem like fear is present. Then fear also will lose its bite. Then we don't fear the fear. We're not worried that something is happening to me. Let's worry about one whose existence we can testify to, really. Let's worry about one whose existence we can testify to. Some evidence we must have that this me exists. Then you'll see that all this is allowed to come and go. We are completely open, and awareness is not touched by any of this play. It's good. It's good like this. Yes, yes. Good, good. I'm so sorry I forgot. But happy birthday, beloved Nitya. You're having a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Much love. All my blessings are always with you.
Thank you.
The show is on YouTube. I know it's Tara's birthday also. To big birthday blessings to you, both of you. So much love. So, what is the only problem? Is that is the only problem that the appearance seems real? Is that what it is? But what is convincing us of the reality of this appearance is only our thoughts. And believing our thoughts we've seen has only given us misery, only given us suffering, with some glimpses so that we don't lose interest in the game, some glimpses of seeming happiness. Just to show you that keep playing this game, we're getting somewhere. But nobody has gotten anywhere as a person.
Sometimes emotions are very strong, and they seem to, even though we know it is appearance, because it is seen, it is felt, but it's very difficult to shake it off. To shake it off, or to it holds us hostage. Seems to hold us, and it's okay, let it pass. But that is not possible. It just it takes the center stage. Emotion takes center stage many times, and with all the knowledge, it's not possible to pull out. Very difficult.
It seems like this that what you're saying, and I'll expand on your question a little bit, that most things now seem to go. But sometimes these strong emotions seem to come. But emotions by themselves are still not a problem. It is when we believe the thought about this emotion, which means that we pick up the concept that there is a me to which this emotion is happening. Otherwise, anger coming, anger in itself is not a problem. But when we believe this thought, that this is so unfair that it is happening to me, then that seems to be constant. But these moments are also grace, because they show us which identity still remains here. So it's showing us. So if you were to look back and see, okay, when did this happen? You will find at the root there will be some identity which is still being held on to. So emotion by itself again is not the problem. It is the thought again about the emotion which seems to cause all this trouble. So the thought could be very simple. It could be a thought like this emotion should not come. Even that is resistance. Why is this emotion still coming? Who is the mind to decide which emotion should come or not?
I did that little exercise also and checked out that there is behind all that there is a desire. There's a desire for a certain thing to be in a certain way. And when that desire, when things went contrary to that, automatically there is that feeling of
desire. And when you say that there is desire, when we say desire means always personal desire. We're not talking about awareness having a desire. So personal desire means first person. First there is the premise that there is a person. There cannot be a desire without a belief in the concept of person. So now when you see that no person is here, then what desire can you have?
It's easier said than done at that moment. I mean, it's really.
No, I'm saying now.
Now this context is totally different, very beautiful. Now everything goes to that, very easy. But in our context, impossible at that moment. And I have struggled with it.
Okay, so in spite of this happening, okay, so this could be some emotion come and you have argument, fight, everything is happening. But what has really happened to you?
Disturbance.
How you, as awareness, you got disturbed?
No, not as awareness, but like a huge storm of thoughts coming. So
huge storms.
That also was watched and kept aside. But this
no, forget even kept aside. Suppose it is watched and it stays. Do you become the content of it?
No, not at all. But it really took away my sleep.
Whose?
Mine. Sleep gone. Sleep gone. Went on and on and on and on. I said, drop it, drop it, drop it. I was going to say drop it, but nothing dropped.
Sometimes you have to drop the drop it. See, especially with sleep, we've been discussing sleep in a few satsangs. That we feel now that we are Advaitins or we are free or something, now we should be able to get good sleep. And we try to manage our sleep. So stop trying to manage sleep. Don't worry, even if sleep is not coming, let it not come. Whose problem is it? Consciousness. Who's not sleeping? Consciousness. Then you might get better sleep. You're trying to manage sleep, so much trouble.
I was trying to manage those thoughts.
Yeah.
I was really battling with it. Battling in the sense with all this don't believe, drop. All that is going on and on.
You picked up the person who's trying to do all this.
Yeah, that's it. Person.
Smelling of person.
Even that was okay. So much, I just couldn't shake it up. Possible. It's very difficult.
Who says you have to shake it up?
I just tick myself off.
A waste person. All person are waste person.
Today morning, even after coming to the college, I just put on the emoji, put words, everything, and I heard it. Yeah, okay, everything settled down. I was able to get the amount of distance.
You picked up the doer in the 2 weeks since we met last.
It also happened yesterday.
Forget yesterday. Now is there a duel?
Now I'm okay, fine. Thing has gone to the bed. Totally. And this
No,
content
it's
is
not. It's still here. You see, because you're testifying to it.
No, because this is an opportunity to put it across and see how I could tackle another situation. Sticky.
Don't believe that there is a me who needs to tackle something, who can do something. See, if we use Advaita as a tactic to make our life better, it is not like that. No person has been, that's what many try to do, isn't it? And that only becomes a spiritual ego. That I know now how to manage my life. And I've often said this, that the person trying to manage their life is trying to control the flow of a river with a twig. Come on, life is moving. Don't try to manage it. Just enjoy it. You let go of these branch that you are hanging on to. Just enjoy the flow of the river. No resistance. You're not building any that this should not come. Now if this comes, I'll say drop it. Not like that. We're not giving you tactics to deal with this. You'll be completely open. Let everything come. Emotion is coming. Let it come.
At one point, I even came to, okay, this is all the play of consciousness and let all this happen. It's okay. It's part of the game. You see, all that those also came, but then it didn't.
Yes.
It didn't help
This is
me
very
to-
good. She brings this up as a very good point. Because what's happening is we are creating this set of ammunition. We are keeping this ammunition ready for our gun. Something comes, I will load my gun with this. Don't believe my next thought is the ammunition, and shoots like that. And it should go. Okay? So different, whatever has been heard in satsang, they're building up our ammunition to fight with life. So instead of that, what I'm saying is, just check what you are. Don't go to the mind, because we are not chasing a mental understanding. Nothing will happen through mental understanding. Suffering will not go. It will become even more frustrating. I know all this, and still so much suffering. Instead of that, when something is there, just this ability to check. What am I in this? Where am I? So don't rely on any concept. And when we check, then something might come intuitively. That which identity are you believing? Don't go to the mind for anything. Because this is just the mind trying to be your ally now to make your life better. See, subtly this trick is happening. So no, you don't know anything. You have not understood anything. Then what is the options left to you? Something is appearing, I just check. What am I? I am the pure witnessing of all of this appearing. Otherwise you're trying one arrow, second arrow, this should work, let go, drop, don't be your next thought. Can I stop being now? Everything will start.
I zombies. Just watching this emotion. Just watching this emotion like a zombie. It's almost like a zombie. Just sitting. I don't know how long has I not looked at the time because I feel okay. Not yet. And then tomorrow morning what will happen to the sun? It's sleep there. So all that I didn't look at the time. It just sat for so long. This emotion, okay. Yeah, some emotion is right, this emotion is right. It just sat.
But why did you say?
Happy with myself.
Why did you say? Because you wanted something. You wanted to be free from the emotion.
Yeah, that maybe it just happened with desire. That's the something. Okay.
Because don't make a practice out of it. Yes, the watching can happen whether you're sitting, lying down, walking. I still see the struggling person trying to do something. Right? The struggling person, at best, can say that I am the free person. It knows nothing of freedom, but it will make these proclamations. So just don't rely on this person for anything. Just watch the play of life. Watching does not mean we have to sit like that. Watching is just happening on its own. You can do nothing but the witnessing. Even that is not a doing. It's the effortless doing. For awareness to be aware is not work. You cannot turn it off. For being to be is not work. You cannot stop being.
The subtle desire to be neutral.
Yeah. The person is trying to be neutral.
Not be affected. I think there's some.
So all the adventures of the spiritual seeker trying to be the free person.
Self-inquiry is a samadhi.
Uh,
Self-inquiry.
Samadhi, what is your definition of samadhi? So let me say what samadhi seems like to me. Samadhi means that although the presence of beingness is here, it is completely unassociated beingness. So as opposed to deep sleep, where the presence of beingness is also not there. Isn't it? So the difference between deep sleep and samadhi could be like this. There could be various definitions, but let's take this one, which is that samadhi means beingness is here, but doesn't seem to be projecting any appearance, doesn't seem to be any movement of thought, any even the bodily movement seem to have stopped. So this is there. But what really, how does it matter to awareness, whether it's samadhi or non-samadhi? Call it turiya, call it anything. How does it matter to awareness? So samadhi can be some prasad along the way. A lot of sadhana has happened, a lot of inquiries happened, then you get some prasad along the way. Beautiful spiritual experience. Samadhi. And it's possible to see that this play of Maya doesn't have to constantly go on. It's possible for being to remain unassociated also. But what about self-inquiry? Self-inquiry is instant. Who am I? It cannot be this, it cannot be this, it cannot be breath, it cannot be thoughts, emotion. All this is appearing, and there is a witnessing of all of this. And between the witnessing and myself, I find no separation, no distance. Then what must I be? I must be this awareness itself. So then, this is the self instantly realized. Samadhi is some another, for awareness is just another appearance. It's like for awareness, sleep is an appearance, waking is an appearance, dream is an appearance, this everything. Satsang is an appearance. So don't go for samadhi. Because it again becomes a personal desire which wants some state of samadhi or something. What I'm pointing you towards is directly to that which you are, which is untouched by any state. It could be samadhi, sleep, joyous, terrible, anything. Freedom means not affected by whatever state is coming in. Because sometimes what happens is that if you don't have the guidance of the right master, and sometimes after sadhana you have samadhi, beautiful, beautiful experience. But then the mind takes it on and says, yes, this is true meditation. There's no sadhana without. So next time you say samadhi didn't happen, some distraction is there, an email has to be sent, it's playing on your mind. And you're saying, oh, I lost it. What did you lose actually? So if you get attached to these spiritual states or spiritual experiences, then it becomes more like what was prasad then becomes like an obstacle. So don't try to go for samadhi any experience. But if something comes on its own, naturally enjoy it. But have no expectation that this should always go. Same thing happens with Kundalini, chakras, all this. Blue light, red light, all this comes. Getting in meditation, naturally it's happening. See? Just like a gift it comes. And then what was a gift? Then we start believing it's an entitlement. But every time I sit in meditation, then we should see this light. Then that trouble.
Sahaj Samadhi,
Yeah.
they said that Samadhi becomes natural.
Yeah.
Even always.
Yeah. That's why I was saying, what is your definition of samadhi? So, if your definition is this sahaj, natural way of being, then that state is just when you're not picking up your thoughts. And everything is allowed to flow.
Next to the self-inquiry. After self-inquiry, we get the that is Sahaj.
No, sahaj is simple as this. Don't believe your next thought. This sahaj samadhi. More sahaj. We can look more. You don't have to take my word for it. So, what happens is, what takes us out of our naturalness? It is this belief in personhood, ego. And without believing our next thought, we cannot pick up this unnaturalness of belief in person. We do not pick up this ego. The quickest sahaj samadhi is just not to believe our next thought. In fact, the aim of all spiritual practices seems to be to give you this openness to see that all that is required is to withdraw this belief from my next thought. So I must also point out, because I'm not sure whether you heard this from me or not, is that most spiritual seekers in the world are trying to work at the level of attention. Attention should be withdrawn from mind, attention should be withdrawn from emotion, attention should be like this. So we're trying to run away or keep our attention away from thoughts, keep our attention away from emotion. And that becomes a very frustrating experience. That's why most spiritual seekers are very frustrated. They might have big smiles on their face, but inside they're very frustrated. Because working at the level of attention is a very frustrating experience.
There's a desire.
Yes, but also attention is such a monkey that it jumps around. It's very difficult. After many, many years, we keep joking about this. That you could have been in a cave for 10 years and you feel you control attention. But then quickly when you're outside again, it starts jumping. So trying to control at the level of attention is difficult. Yet somehow all our practices, all our sadhanas seem to be keep attention here, keep attention there. It seems to be like that. So that's why I'm giving you a simpler pointing. Don't work at the level of attention, work at the level of belief. Belief. Because to for you to pick up the person idea, for you to pretend to be the person, needs both the force of attention and the force of belief. So if you give attention to all your thoughts, then also nothing is going to happen. You cannot suffer with because of it. You must also give it your belief that this applies to me. Yes, this is true. This. So belief is much easier to control. So you withdraw your belief, you do whatever you want, even if attention is going, leave attention also completely free. This is openness, non-resistance. Leave attention completely free, let it go wherever it likes, you refuse to believe your thought. Then you see that as belief is getting withdrawn, automatically attention also stays more at home. Attention also loses the tendency to jump around so much. So this, for me, seemed like a very simple way. That's why I call it the Sahaj. Sahaj. And now you're free. This. You don't have some expectation that once my attention is under my control, then I'm free. You're already free. The self is ever present. It's already here. That's why I often say that although it might sound like a very simple thing, and for the mind, if it gets something simple, it seems like, oh, this can't be that powerful or strong. But this simple, don't believe your next thought, is enough to eradicate the ego.
How do we balance our spiritual and work life? Can't meditate every day on your working big work. So how do we also apply every balance it?
It's very easy actually, because you don't even need to create this distinction between work and spiritual life. See, because spirituality is what you are. It is pointing you to what you are. And all work can happen with this realization of what I am. It is not contrary, it's not two separate things. But I know what you asked was this meditation practice. You have a particular practice, is it?
Yeah.
So what do you, how much time does it take?
Usually it's 40 minutes is what we do. I mean, it's usually in the early morning is when it's good practice. But it's too difficult to follow it in a everyday routine. So is it really, how do we show that, how do we practice the spirituality when especially on a weekdays. You can't.
See, the practice gives you a sense of peace and joy. It's very good. Here, actually, I don't prescribe any practice. Here, my simplest pointing is don't believe your next thought. So you can look at it as a practice if you like, but this does not require me to take out some special time or do something. Just very naturally, you start withdrawing your belief from your thoughts, and you will find, because the mind will say what? The mind will say, how will I work? How will my responsibilities happen, isn't it? But you will find that all this has been happening. God has been doing everything in my life, and I have just been taking credit for it as a person. How have I been taking credit? By believing these thoughts. Actually, nothing stops in life. So I have work, I have kids also, I have family. So all that can continue. And you'll have to ask them whether I'm doing a decent job of it. But, but it continues with this beautiful flow of consciousness itself doing everything, and we not getting attached to our thoughts or what it is saying. It's the simplest one. And you can try it out. So we have, it's, often I say this, that we have these satsangs on Saturday, so that Sunday, tomorrow, no work. So tomorrow you can say that I will not pick up a thought and see whether my responsibilities and actions continue on. Yeah, and you will find that in spite of not believing any thoughts, all work, everything that needs to happen through the body is still continuing. It's very simple. You just, like we said, even if attention is going and the thought is coming again and again, let it come. Just refuse to believe. So then you'll have a lot more space, you'll have a lot more freedom. But there will be some identities which have been nourished for a long time. So 95% of your thoughts will be able to just let go like this. But there will be some which are sticky. But these will expose which part you are still believing about yourself. Is it like a wife identity? Is it an employee identity? Which identity still remains strong? And freedom means not buying any identity about ourselves, because it's not true. There is no person. So these thoughts about these particular identities will seem to become strong. They come, and most I'm able to just let go. These the belief and attention go strongly for. So these you can either expose in satsang or just inquire. Who is this one who believes themselves to be a wife? Who is himself? Who is this one who believes himself to be an employee or a worker? Have I not picked up the person idea again? There is no value in the person idea. The mind will try to convince you that it is useful, that your life will be miserable. It's like saying basically that if you don't take charge of your life, God will make a mess of it. See, God does not know how to run my life. I need to take charge. This is what the person is saying. But actually, who is doing all of this? It is God Himself. And we can see this. When we refuse to pick up our thoughts and we see that actions are still happening, all what is required to be done is still moving. Like this conversation is happening. There is no belief in thought. Just words are coming, they're being expressed. So there is no belief in the person idea for this conversation to happen. In the same way, work can also proceed. How do we deal with choices? Take an example. To be work here, to be work here. So what happens? Certain situation seems to come up in the appearance of the world, isn't it? And then we say, what do I do? Then where do the choices come from? From the mind itself, isn't it? So one choice will be go left, another choice will be go right, third choice will be go straight. It says do like this, take this job because this. Another thought will come, no, don't take this job because this. Right? And who is deciding which thought to pick up? The mind is just a bundle of these thoughts, similar energies. Right? So when there is a thought, we say mind is there. When there is no thought, we say this is a no mind state. So mind, no mind. So mind is saying, listen to Ananta. Who is deciding whether to listen or not? And the mind says, you decided. So the mind said, go left, and actually the movement happened right. And the mind said, see, the right decision was to go left and you didn't listen. So guilt comes. And then if you went left, then it says, oh, see, you took the right call, and then pride comes. But actually, consciousness itself is moving in the way it is moving. You pick up the idea that there is a decision maker called me. That's why when I ask you who is deciding, you're not able to say, is it? Because there is no individual decision maker here. It's just a play of consciousness. Just like a dream is moving, but the dream character is saying that I decided to do this, I decided to do that. When the dream gets over, you see, it's all just moving in the dream automatically. Yes, it is. Uh, that is another way that I can. Right now, some words will come from your mouth. Who is deciding to say those words? So you could say anything, and then the mind can come and say, yes, yes, good question. Or it can come and say, oh, you asked such a silly thing. Yeah, either it can say. You have no control over what the mind is saying. That much is clear, isn't it? So thoughts are just appearing. You have no control over which thought will appear. Now, same way, actions are also just happening. It is the thought coming and saying, take credit or blame.
In the case of, like, let's say, I understand when I have to decide without any external input. So let's say I get two job offers from two people,
Yes.
and they want me to tell them I
Yes.
get back to them,
Yes.
which I've chosen.
Yes.
In that case,
Yes. So even then, what is meant to happen, like when they call or something like that, the words which are meant to come from the mouth will come, irrespective of what you decided. Many times it also happens that we decided that when I meet this person, I'm going to say this. What happens when we meet them? We say sometimes the opposite of that. Then what is the point of the decision? It's all fake, you see. It's just all is just moving on its own. But the mind comes and says, you did this, you should do this, you should not have done this. All this is just the game. Whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. So I've seen this often in satsang that we're very quick to understand there is no person here. But we are very sticky about this concept that there is personal doership. You see like this? So we are quick to see that okay, there is no person, it's clear what he's saying. But we somehow can't give up this concept of personal doership. That I am a doer. I see that I am not a person, but we're not able to give up this thing that I am a doer. If the person is not there, then who is the doer? Cannot do. If the person does not exist, you cannot do anything. Then what really exists? The person doesn't exist. What exists right now? See, you can say that this appearance is there. And what else? And this body is there. Right? So you are aware of the appearance and you are aware of the body. Same way, then some thought can come. Who's aware of it? You are aware of it. Emotion can come. You are aware. So what is this awareness? Who does it belong to? Where are you in relation to this awareness? Then you will come to the radical conclusion that I was never a thing. I was never a noun. I was always a verb. I'm not an object. I'm just a seeing. I'm just a witnessing. I'm just awareness. Your mind will not agree with this. I'm not expecting it to. So I'm saying you have to check for yourself. And the point is also not the answer. The fruit of the inquiry is just the looking itself. Doesn't matter what answer comes. So when you say, who are you? Who am I? And what is seen? You say, I have a decision to make. Who is this I? So this, you see that this personal I does not exist. Yet, it seems like in this realm, all of humanity seems to be going around pretending to be a person. That is called bondage. To see that no person ever existed is called freedom.
Can you just go over the beingness and awareness?
Yes.
So now I'm saying, can I stop being right now?
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
But what is the difference between that and
So you see that I cannot stop being. And who is aware of this?
because when I'm being, I'm so in it, but there is no.
When we say I'm in it, means there's attention which is with it.
But then it seems like it is some understanding which is coming from. It's like somebody is, when somebody tells you in science or maths or something like that, prove something, this, hence this. So yes, it's
Is it an inference or is it a scene?
It's inference.
So the answer to can you stop being now is not an inference. It seems that being is present. So who is aware that being is present?
Because when I'm being, then I'm just being. So,
Okay. So when you're being and in waking state we are being. So what is the difference between sleep state and waking state? And so this presence of being is not there in sleep state. When you wake up, what happens? What wakes up? In the sense that I wake up as being. I wake up. This being is present. Then I can ask you, can you stop being now? And you say no. Being is here. But then you know that you went to sleep also. And in sleep there was no, so I'm not trying to give you another way to infer it. But the fact is that once you see that this is how it is, then we can look at what's really happening right now. So you see that in sleep state, even the presence of being is not there. I'm not able to say I am in sleep state. In the waking state, although I am aware that there was sleep, now there is waking, I'm now able to say that this being is present and it cannot be stopped. So awareness was there, that sleep is there, awareness is there, that waking is there. And now what's happening is that I say, can you stop being now? And you say no. Because because there is a presence of being, the sense that I am, I exist. This presence is here. And you will see that this presence, there is awareness even of this. That's why you're able to say that I cannot turn it off. This being is present. So just like you're able to say that this chair is here, then you're able to say that these thoughts are here, some emotions are there. You're also able to say, cannot stop this being. Because it's clear, it's here. Does that make you the being? And incidentally, by the way, to say that I am the being itself in most Indian spiritual movements is called self-realization. And the realization that there is this awareness which is witnessing even this being is called God realization. So the Paramatma and the Atma are defined in this way in most parts. But we say the self is this absolute. Because I find no need to have this complication. It's very simple. You are saying that there is being. You are aware of it. Whether your mind agrees or not, you are aware of it.
No, I'm saying that when you're saying that can you stop being?
Yeah.
So when I check, then I'm being that I can't see the difference between
And
awareness
who
and
sees that you are being? See this, it's subtle. I know though. I know it's a little bit subtle. So we can go slowly. You say that when I check, can you stop being now? So clear that I'm just this being. But there's an awareness of even this clarity that I'm just being, which is still unmixed with this. You will not find yourself as a phenomenon. If you're looking for yourself to be a phenomena, then this beingness is the primal phenomena, the immaculate conception. So the being is present, but you are aware. Okay. So, second question is, are you aware now? Isn't it? Are you aware now? Yes. Does that rely on you testifying to the presence of being before you can answer yes?
no, but when I'm not being able to probably differentiate is between being and awareness.
Okay. So, if I ask you, are you aware now? What is the experience? Nothing phenomenally. But if I ask you, can you stop being now? What is the experience?
Again, nothing phenomenal. It's just
Presence.
presence.
So even this I'm calling phenomenon. Even the presence is phenomena. That's why we say it's the unassociated being. We cannot really assign too many attributes to it, but we see that there is a presence. But for are you aware now? Even this presence is not. So there is a difference in these two questions. Am I aware now? In a sense, yes. Simple awareness is there. When I say, can you stop being now? It's different, isn't it?
Maybe I should just
Just see what is the difference between the two questions. Because both have their own significance.
awareness is immediate. Immediately we know we are aware. And it doesn't require any sensation, any feeling, any seeing.
Even the presence of being is not required.
Whereas to say, I'm conscious, yeah, okay. I know I'm conscious because I'm conscious. Because of the sensations, because of the feelings, and all that. That bundle we consider as conscious. But isn't that also immediate? Yeah, but you go by a particular feeling of sensation. Here there is no in awareness, there is not even a sensation required. It is so immediate.
It's the awareness being aware of itself is the only non-phenomenal experience. Even this sense of presence, you can say, is a sort of an experience, a phenomenal experience. In fact, it's the root phenomena from which then the entire world is projected. The being wakes up and then the universe wakes up. So just you stay with this. What is the difference between these two questions? Can you stop being now? And are you aware now? The difference of presence and awareness of presence will become clear. Shanti says, Father, there is a seeing that this person that is believed in is trying to not be a person. That seems to be causing lots of trouble. Very similar to what Dr. Kanchan was saying. The thought, don't be a person, believed in, is causing lots of effort to be something other than person. Just getting this message now, thanks to this feeling of skirmishness. Very good. This is very good. So even this feeling of skirmishness has given you this gift. You see, even this is grace. Because you see this subtle tendency of the person trying to become not person. The person trying to be not person. Very good.
The checking is required only when it is otherwise we have
Yeah.
this
You don't need to become in this state of constant, who am I, who am I. See? You just see, you don't need to remind yourself every day that the sun rises from the east. You just know that sometimes if there is some suffering, some button getting pushed, it's a good time to check. It's a good time to check. What belief have I picked up about myself? Because you see, uh, suffering is resistance. So resistance is like this. What we are saying is openness. So we are open like this. Sometimes because of habit or something, we pick up this closeness, some concept, and then suffering comes. And then sometimes what happens is some Advaitins will say that, oh, suffering is coming, but that's okay. So then there is no point of satsang also. Because if suffering is coming and that's okay, then why would you come to satsang? Point of satsang is to see that there must be some resistance, some concept you have picked up about yourself that is leading to this clenched face. Then this, then letting go of our belief, then that also.
This is a delicate division.
Yeah. So ultimately it is true. What they're saying is that even if suffering is happening, what is truly happening to you? Nothing, because awareness is untouched. But then what is satsang for? To free ourselves from this suffering that seems to be happening in this degree. It is the rehab for God Himself. God Himself is created rehab for God Himself. Because God Himself is pretending to play the role of a person and then freeing Himself from this concept of person. That's why this is the divine Leela. Actually, it's impossible. All of this is actually impossible. You see what I'm saying? I can't explain it to you. Enough for today. We also have 2 requests for names. So Jesse maybe can join the hangout. Jesse is the first, and Loni is already here. Okay. Looks like we have some space for Jesse to come in. Who wants to do the ceremony on their behalf? Whoever comes first. Whoever comes to the chair. Okay, while we wait for Jesse to come, Loni is already here. Yeah, it's a little bit about the naming because some of you are new and maybe you're watching in YouTube for the first time also. And this naming thing, I see, can have a lot of concepts and a lot of juice can appear fear for the mind in this naming thing. So I want to demystify a bit of it. So it seems very natural. So there comes a time that when you're part of the Sangha or you call someone a master, there's this urge from within that even the name that the world refers to me as, may that come from the master's mouth. May that also have been an utterance from the master's mouth. May it be blessed by the master. So this simple request is made to the master. The master will say, yes, I'm happy to grant you a name. But the name does not imply any sense of specialness. So we have a name, we have no name from the master, it doesn't mean anything. It's not a sense of specialness that we are talking about. It's just a simple game of love which is played, a game of devotion which is played. So then for some, it comes naturally to say like this, to ask for a name, and for others, it seems a little bit like something is getting shaken up, some identity is getting robbed. So for that also is very good. That this identity which seems to be strong for us, then some fear can come, oh, I hope he has a good name for me. I don't know what. So far all the names seem to be very good, but mine might be the first which is not, it does not sound so great or something like that. See, all these fears can come. I shared in one of the satsangs that when I requested my master for a name, even this fear was coming here. So I was sitting there, and there were two of us who asked for a name, and then the first one got this beautiful name, Chaitanya. I said, damn, this would have been such a great name, you see? Chaitanya. Then when I heard Ananta, I figured that it was so clear that I've always been Ananta. Always been Ananta. And no other name would have fit. So let's see. So Boni is here. Very happy to be presenting this name to you, my dear. I have a beautiful name for you today. And the name I have for you is Vijaya. 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 Vijaya is another beautiful name for Durga, for Parvati, the consciousness itself. So if Shiva is pure awareness, then the birth of consciousness, the feminine form of this awareness in Indian spirituality is this consciousness is Parvati, is Durga. So Vijaya is another name for Durga and Parvati. Vijaya also means, it means the victory of the light over the darkness. The victory of spirit over ego. The victory of truth over ego. It's a beautiful name. Do you accept this name, my dear? So Ananya is here and she will do the ceremony on your behalf. So pick up one piece of camphor and let this be the old identity. All that happened with the identity, Loni, Person, all is surrendered to the fire of Satsang. All is thrown into the fire of Satsang, and we will be forever free from all of this. All the past, may you be forever free from it. You pick up another one, and all that will happen in the future with this identity called Vijaya is also surrendered right now. The future is also surrendered right now in the fire of Satsang. This beautifulness, then you find that life is surrendered at the feet of the Master, at the feet of the Satguru. May this name bring all auspiciousness, all grace to your life. Jai Vijaya.
Jai Vijaya.
Jai Vijaya.
There's another packet just like this also. This lying here, a couple of packets of it. Thank you, my dear. Now Jesse can come up. Jesse is here now. Don't put that. I don't know what. Let's put one more. It's okay. Okay, let's try. Let's put those. Let's experiment this one later. Jesse is here and he's looking a bit scared, understandably so.
Jesse can't hear anything at the moment.
I see. Okay, so shall we wait for him to be able to hear? He's leaving and trying again. Okay. So maybe you can keep this aside for a minute. Let me sing a song in the meanwhile. While we wait for Jesse to get his audio sorted, let's have a song. The committee is deciding on the song. We'll be back to you soon. Once the decision is made, we'll. The default go-to option. What about Anandamayi Chaitanya? Radha?
Satyai Parameshwari Nandamai Chaitanyamai Satyai Parameshwari Anandamai Chaitanyamai Satyamai 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 Parameshwari.
It's good now? The audio is okay for Jesse? Namaste, very good. So sometimes there can be this question that there can be this feeling that even when I'm supposed to get a name, let that also be decided by the master. So Jesse experienced this. He expressed this beautiful feeling as well. And for me, there's usually not much waiting, you see. I don't believe in too much waiting anyway. And a beautiful name came to me yesterday. So I asked Jesse whether he was ready, and he said, all completely up to you. And I'm sure after he hears the name, this will seem like it is very natural. So a very beautiful name for you today, my dear. And the name is Shankar. Shankar means Shiva himself. Shankar is another beautiful name for Shiva. Shiva is pure self, the absolute one, awareness itself. So Shiva in Indian spirituality is the visual metaphor or the form metaphor for this pure awareness. This pure. And Shankar, when this came for me, it seemed completely natural that it is meant for you. So may the blessings of Shiva, the blessings of the Satguru always be upon you. May all auspiciousness come on your path. And may all beings be blessed by your presence. May they find that they are Shankar as well by meeting you. So Ananya is helping with your ceremony. And all that happened with Jesse, may that be surrendered into the fire of Satsang. That be surrendered at the feet of the Satguru. And may the past have no meaning for you. May you be completely fresh, reborn in this instant. And all that is meant to happen in the adventures of Shankar, may that also be always surrendered. May you never pick up any identity. All the future is also surrendered in this moment. This beautiful fire of Satsang, may only grace, may only peace, may only joy remain. May you see that you are the unattached witnessing of even this peace. So much love to you, my dear. And actually, I even did not remember to ask you whether you accept this name. So I can ask you now. Thank you, my dear. So, all of us will greet both of you now. Jai Shankar.
Jai Shankar.
Jai Shankar.
So we can greet both Vijaya and Shankar. The Sangha can meet everyone.
Jai Shankar, Jai Vijaya.
Jai Shankar, Jai Vijaya.
Jai Vijaya, Jai Shankar.
Jai Vijaya, Jai Shankar.
Jai Vijaya, Jai Shankar. Jai Vijaya, Jai Shankar. Jai Vijaya, Jai Shankar.
Jai Vijaya, Jai Shankar. Jai Vijaya, Jai Shankar.
Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar.
Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar.
Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar.
Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar.
Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar.
Jai Shankar. Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar. Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar. Jai Vijaya Jai Shankar.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Shiva.
For the song? Yes, yes. We had a request, you heard? It is done.
It is done.
Here we go.
You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in my heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. In my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart. Never shall we be apart. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done.
It is done. Havan?
Father, thank you so much. I couldn't get my mic to work before. Thank you so, so much.
Jesse is saying something? I can't hear him.
You can't hear me?
So very. Can we increase the volume if possible?
Who needs sound?
Oh. Love you too, my dear. Thank you all so very much for being in Satsang today. Satguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai.
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 That's good because Buddhism also has this part. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami and Sangam. Let's play the invocations. Amba might have them.
Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Dhyanamoolam Gurur Murti Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa Mokshamulam Anantaji Kripa Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramya Sarve Patrani Pashantu Makashit Pabak Bhavet Asato Masat Kamiya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamiya Mrichur Ma Amritam Gamiya Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachite Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Brahma Paramastu Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai Om Shri Satguru Mujiji Ki Jai Bhagavan Shri Jaya Bhagavan Shri Ananta Ji Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Om Namo Shivaya Gurudev Namo Om Namo Shivaya Gurudev Namo Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Shri Muji Ji Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Shri Ananta Ji Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Om Namo Shivaya Gurudev Namo 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 Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Shri Muji Ji Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Shri Ananta Ji Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Om Namo Shivaya Bhagavan Shivaya Bhagavan Shri Muji Ji Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Shri Ananta Ji Jaya Bhagavan Shivaya Jaya Bhagavan Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I'm on to the stars, But now I'm found was blind, so blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, so blind, but now I see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Om, 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 Namah Shivaya. 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 Hare Om. Hare Om, Namah Shivaya.
Jai Mahadev.
Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, 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 Hare Om. Hare Om, 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, 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 Hare
Jai Mahadev.
Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om, Namah Shivaya. Hare Om,
Namah Shivaya.
Hare Om, Namah Shivaya.
Haribo. Arunachala Siva. Arunachala Siva.
Question. I'm just confused why people are still so much into religion and why they can't see the concept in all the religion. This realm has always been like that. So inside of these beings, exactly how the great teachers have come. This is so attractive to the mind. Common groups within religion groups, so Shias fighting with Sunnis, Shas fighting with I thought stopped without the Saturday Satsang is stopped and only online. No, I just clarified it. Microsoft.
Kept you.
No, not kept. I extended it. First, sort out yourself. See that this whole world is always been this. What happens is the mind gets distracted. What you are, see that all these appearances, and since time immemorial, this realm seems to be operating. The greatest teachers. This seems to be the realm for suffering to come. So that openness comes. They are open to it. Then, once you see that you are free from suffering, all that come into your presence also then becomes free. If you want to help the world, how are you helping the world? By making them free from suffering. By giving money, sometimes you don't become free from suffering. In other ways, not necessary. So, how to help the world free from your own suffering, then in your own presence, you will start becoming free from suffering.
Father? Father? And there's a message here from Shivani for you. She went to the hospital to Vicky Road.
She posted this message with Devika saying, guys, if anything happens to me, you all have to make sure my girl knows the father or in hospital. Mild heart attack is what they are looking into. So I'm just doing my last request just in case. It'll be fine. Maybe they're mistaking a grace attack for a heart attack. I'll also write to her. Everything will be fine. Mojiji's grace, Mojiji's blessings are always with her, and her kids, everything is going to be fine. My dear, thank you so much for posting it here. You can hear the chatter around, can't you? This is the Sangha being noisy right now. Oh, everybody very quiet. Amba wanted to do what? The picture. And what is the surprise? Picture. You're planning to do something. So what's the surprise and what's the non-surprise? So who's surprised? Amba's surprised. Who's surprised?
Tell them to not say anything. Shh. Stop asking questions. Shh.
I'm supposed to know everything already.
Exactly.
Except the surprise.
Even my pictures are there.
Okay, my loves. Won't keep you waiting anymore. Love you all so much. Good to see you, Kai. Good. So much love to all of you.